You finished Haunting Adeline and now every other book feels boring? I've got you. Here are some equally unhinged, obsessive romances to fill that void. And maybe make us all wonder if we should all be in therapy instead. So the first book that I want to recommend to you is lighter than Haunting Adeline, much lighter, but still very, very good. That is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. So it is dark, it's a twisted Peter Pan retelling. Instead of Neverland, we're in the real world. And James, aka Hook, is a dangerous crime boss out for revenge. His plan, seduce his enemy's daughter and use her to destroy him. At first she's just part of the game, but the longer they are together, the messier it gets. So our FMC in this book has been very sheltered her whole life, and basically stepping into James' world is like stepping into a storm. Fun fact, this is actually the first book that I ever read that was like labeled or considered dark romance, but obviously if you've read Haunting Adeline, this is going to be much, much lighter than Haunting Adeline, but it is still so good. I think I read it in like a couple of hours. I don't know, it was like the same day. I don't even remember the time, but it literally is that good. James will quickly become one of your top tier book boyfriends, but he's mine, so you can't have him. Okay, so since you've likely read Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline, which is why you probably clicked on this video in the first place, I'm going to recommend another H.D. Carlton, which is Phantom. This book is so good, and you will be very familiar with it if you have read the Cat and Mouse duet. This is technically kind of like the first book in the series, but this is Gigi's story. The setting of this book is so good. It's really eerie. I feel like this was like a really good one that you could read in the fall time if you're like a mood, like seasonal reader like I am. But this is set in 1944, I believe. I think 1944. It doesn't matter. The 40s. But just in case you clicked on this video because you're curious about the Haunting Adeline world and what books someone would recommend you to read, then I will give you a quick little synopsis of what Phantom is about. So our FMC in this book is trapped in this like cold, loveless marriage until one day she spots a man, her phantom, standing outside her window. But instead of fearing him, she's drawn to him. I'm not gonna say anything more because I obviously don't want to give spoilers, but just know that this has like that same addictive pull that Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline has. And the atmosphere in this one is really, really good. My next recommendation for you is The Ritual by Shantel Tessier. Tessier? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Listen very closely. If you're craving something secretive, dangerous, completely unhinged, this one is definitely going to scratch that itch for you. So this book throws you into Barrington University, which is basically home of the Lords, a secret society of the most powerful, ruthless men in the world. And every senior year, they're given a chosen one. My light just died, so if the lighting in this video changes and you're like, wait, what the heck just happened? That's why. I wanted it on because it's obviously daylight out, but there was like a huge storm that moved in earlier, and I'm like, it is so cloudy out and so dark. So hopefully it's still good quality. But back to the book. This is very dark. It's definitely like this twisted game of power, survival, possession. But now we need to go in and give our full disclosure of this book really quick. This little baby right here is a very explicit book, just a warning. The romance doesn't really turn into romance until later on in the book. And fair warning, a lot of the intimate scenes are going to be very like rough, dirty. It's not going to be for everyone, guys. It's just not. But if you're into that level of dark spice and you can handle it, then hear me out, because the world in this book is really, really good. Like, the tension and the characters will definitely pull you in. I really like Riot, who is our MMC in this book, and Blakely, our FMC. Like, the two of them, it's a good dynamic. But the good news is that if you do decide to read this and you get hooked and you love it, this is the first of many. So you'll have a whole world waiting for you out there of the Lords. Next up is Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. So of course we're going to love it, right? Because we already read Haunting Adeline, so naturally we're gonna love another one by her. In all seriousness though, I loved this book. It's nothing of what I expected. I don't really know what I expected, but I didn't expect this. And it honestly exceeded my expectations. It's so good. Oh, my leg just fell asleep. Ow. Oh, guys. I can't stand the feeling. Creeping me out. Okay, wake up, little foot. Wake up. Let's think how to describe this one. So basically, it's about this girl who's like, she's basically been on the run for years. She's been living under fake names and like stealing whatever she needs to survive. Then she meets Enzo. And yes, Enzo is another book boyfriend of mine. I don't know if I feel like sharing. He's a bit of a mysterious guy. He has this obsession with the ocean and the predators that are in it. But anyways, to make a long story short, they end up on a boat together. A huge storm hits, they get shipwrecked, and they end up on this abandoned island with a lighthouse. But let's just say the old man living there might be even more dangerous than Enzo. My next recommendation is kind of coming as a trio. So we've got the Ravenhood trilogy. If you're not familiar, it starts with Flock by Kate Stewart. And then we have Exodus. And then we have The Finish Line, which I am actually currently reading. It's just not sitting in here, it's in my living room, but there is 3. Everyone needs to read these. These are so good, and if I had a third hand, I would be holding the third one in my hand, but I don't. But seriously though, this trilogy, it is so good. So the story follows Cecilia Horner, who basically gets tangled up in this secret organization called the Ravenhood. It takes place in this small town in North Carolina, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me, I'm pretty sure it's North Carolina. This trilogy is very different than the cat and mouse duet, but the reason I'm still recommending it is because it is considered a dark romance, but it really has this like betrayal, dangerous alliances, family secrets, kind of like that constant who can I really trust? And since you're here because you loved Haunting Adeline, meaning you love our morally gray men out there, then you will definitely want to check out this trilogy. Like I said, I'm on the 3rd book right now, which is called The Finish Line, and I literally think about this story all the time. Like I think about the 1st and 2nd book, definitely the 2nd book a lot. Like I swear it's gonna live with me forever. I don't think I'll ever be able to get it out of my mind. It really is that good, so I highly recommend it. My next recommendation is The Sinner by Shantel Tessier. This is the 2nd book in the Lord series. Okay, so this is a very different kind of romance, if you even want to call it that. Very dark, explicit, and our FMC in this one has definitely been through a lot, which is why she ends up liking certain taste, having certain taste in this world of hers. So it follows this girl who grew up in a world of like money and power thanks to like her father being part of the secret society, which is the Lords. But after tragedy hits her family, basically her life just spirals. And that's when Easton, Sin, enters the picture. Another book boyfriend of mine. We'll just call him the devil, disguised as a personal savior. But be warned, their relationship is very, very, very intense. Very intense. This is another one of those that I want to put in this disclaimer because it's not going to be for everyone. No, really though, guys. Like this one particularly will not be for everyone. And that's okay. That's what makes us all different. We all have different taste in books and music and TV shows and whatever else. So it's definitely way out there at times, okay? But once again, if you did love Haunting Adeline for like the spice and the darker elements, then you might want to check this one out. My next recommendation is Once You're Mine by Morgan Bridges. So this is book 1 in the Possessing Her duet. The second one is called Now You're Mine. So if you love the stalker element and the cat and mouse duet, then you're definitely going to want to check out this duet because it's also a stalker story. This is very obsessive, you're mine forever energy. So our MMC in this one is Hayden, our morally gray character. And the beautiful Callista in this book is our FMC. I want to read one part of this on the back really quick because it just shows you the vibes of this book. It's just so good. But it says, so, the tormentor, which is Hayden. Callista belongs to me. She just doesn't know it. The first time we met, I wanted her. The next time, I was obsessed. I watched her. I followed her. It only deepened my need to possess her. Once she's mine, I'm never letting her go. If you're a dark romance girly, we all love the touch her and die vibe that we get. Just as a heads up though, you're definitely going to want to have the second one on hand because the first one does end on a cliffhanger. So I don't want you to be without if you're reading it and you really love it and you're like, wait, I need the rest of the story. So this duet is definitely intense, but it's not anywhere near as intense as Haunting Adeline. So if you clicked on this video because you're just curious about what books I would recommend, then you might want to check out this one first before you get into Haunting Adeline. I don't know, just to see if you like that kind of vibe. I mean, it's still intense, but it's less. It's more like that possessive spice than the heavy psychological, dark. You get the vibe. Alright, so that's it for today's Rex. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. Make sure you add some of these to your TBR and tell me which one are you planning on reading first. And then let's talk about it so we can all spiral over these books together. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.